"Hey man," I said, "I need to take off. Feel free to stay as long as you want." "Where are you going?" "Actually, over by where you live. I've got to clean Ms. Graham's pool." He hadn't restarted the game, so he was able to give me a knowing smile. "You took a shower. To go clean her pool." He wasn't wrong with what he was implying, but I had to defend myself. I was gross. Besides, she won't even be there. I'd been pushing my start time later and later in hopes of seeing her, but so far, no such luck. She's always had that Stacy's mom thing going on, but since she got her tits done, my friend did a chef's kiss. She's hot. I was well aware Ms. Graham had been my primary source of spank bank material whenever I was without internet, and sometimes even when I had access to Pornhub. My fantasies about her were numerous and detailed. "She isn't married anymore," Preston teased. "Now's your chance, Troy." "Shut up." He laughed at himself, but then sobered. "Maybe that's what I need to do. Get me an older woman." He did a terrible, dramatic impression of Liam Neeson. "One with a very particular set of skills that she's acquired over her long career." I gave him a look to tell him I wasn't amused. He let it roll right off him. "All I'm saying is I'd let Ms. Graham ride me until she broke my back." "Great." I picked up my keys off the counter and stepped into my flip-flops. "Lock up when you leave." What Preston had said bothered me the whole drive over to her place, mostly because it hit a little too close to home. I'd spent years trying not to think about her. She was older, not to mention married, and my mom's best friend. Pursuing her would be stupid.
Troy Osborne came once a week to service both my pool and the freestanding spa. I'd hired him last year to handle closing and covering the pool for the winter, then reopening it for me last month, and his weekly visits that followed had kept the water crystal clear and the pH perfectly balanced. My pool had never looked so good, but Troy always came when I was at work and let himself in through the gate at the side of my fence, so I had completely forgotten his schedule. He must have gone behind the pool house and inside to fetch his supplies, and when he'd rounded the corner and discovered me topless, he dropped everything in his arms, including the long pole with the net on the end. It was as if someone had put their foot down on the sustain pedal of a piano, only this piano played the music of time, and the moment suspended with my long, drawn-out gasp. I was topless, and he was frozen, and he was my best friend's 24-year-old son. In my panic, I grasped at my towel to cover myself, only to struggle hopelessly since it was pinned beneath my body. I leapt to my feet and yanked the terry cloth up, pressing it over my naked chest. Troy still hadn't moved. His lips were open, as if he'd planned to say something, but now he was frozen and unable to do anything. I couldn't see his eyes behind his mirrored aviator sunglasses, but he didn't seem to be breathing. So I did what any reasonable woman would when a gorgeous, almost stranger caught her naked. I ran.